Welcome to 0 to 60.
I'm Matt McChesney. I am the owner and operator of 6-0 Football Academy and 6-0 Equipment. Played at the University of Colorado from 2004. 6 years in the National Football League on both sides of football.
I'm Matt McChesney. This is 0 to 60. That is Coach Prime. We are at the University of Colorado. Brother, thank you so much.
All right. 0 to 60. We're rolling. All right, Victory Monday rolls. Happy Monday to everybody out there off of a fresh University of Colorado Buffalo win in Tortilla Land down at Texas Tech. We'll talk about that at length. I'm your host, Matt McChesney, here on 0 to 60. Bailey's on the ones and the twos. Let's pay some bills and get rolling on a Victory Monday.
Let's pay some bills. This is going to be a great show today. I can't wait to get into it. This show is brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA, head on over to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here. Big Matt, we're here on this fine Monday. It's going to be a great show today. We got a lot to talk about. How are you feeling off this weekend of football? I know the Broncos had a tough loss yesterday. Just how are you feeling?
I don't give a shit about the Broncos. I feel absolutely fantastic about Colorado's victory. I think that there's a lot to fix, and they're still this good. 41-27 is a good win in Lubbock. I mean, they just keep scoring points even when the first quarter was atrociously terrible, and it didn't even faze them. It didn't matter. It didn't matter a bit. So the defense continued to dominate with multiple turnovers and multiple sacks, and Arden Walker out there just absolutely dominating and balling, and hats off 5-3, and so many of the other guys. You know, McNeil, 88. I was real hard on him after he missed those two plays in the first half. He ended with like 8 tackles and 4 TFLs and a set, like just fucking baller numbers.
Yeah.
So they have depth. They got dudes everywhere. They're sitting at 7-2 with the entire and with everything you would want as a football player on a team in front of you. They've got it in front of them. So It's time now to hyper focus, because if you think Utah is going to come in here and lay down 10.5-point dogs after what I watched Saturday night, you're crazy. Mm-hmm. They may not be very good, but God damn it, they play hard as fuck, and we haven't beaten them since 2016. And this is Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State with like nothing more than to fuck up our party.
Yeah, true.
Now the target's on us. We are no longer chasing the target. We are the target. So I know that we're better than these next 3 teams on paper. Now we need to go do it and finish the year 10-2 and go beat BYU in the Big 12 title game. We will beat BYU if we play them. We will out-athlete them. They cannot block our front. I don't give a shit if they're undefeated or not. They will lose that game. That puts CU into the playoff as the 4 seed. Yes, so my question is, would you rather be the 4 seed or the 5 seed and host a playoff game? That's something I'm sure we'll talk about. Yeah. But I really think that the next 4 victories for the Colorado Buffaloes are going to be monumental. They're going to put Coach Prime in a different atmosphere. He is the National Coach of the Year right now, and it's not even close. Shedeur and Travis will both be in New York for the Heisman. Shedeur absolutely balled out yesterday or Saturday after really struggling in the first quarter. You know, Travis balled, and honestly, without that offsides by McNeil, that's one of the most athletic interceptions I've ever seen, Travis, and he doesn't get credit for it. So he would have had 99 yards and a touchdown and a pick. He's the front runner for the Heisman, and if you don't think he is, just ask Shedeur.
Yep.
I'm not impressed by Texas Tech at all. And I'm not talking about their football team. I'm talking about their entire field. The tortillas and the fucking disgusting. That's disgusting, dog. Like, just a food fight every time we go to a game. That's it. Give me a fucking break. I'm glad he signed it and threw it back out. That's a ridiculous gimmick that needs to be done. I didn't know you could throw food on the field. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. You penalize people for throwing shit on the field, and you beg them during the game. Coach McGuire is begging them to stop throwing shit on the field, but the whole point of the fucking tortillas is to throw shit on the field. So that is just the most disgusting bullshit I've ever seen, and it has nothing to do with football. I don't know why they do it. They didn't do it back in the day. It's a new tradition, and it's one of the worst traditions fucking ever. It is terrible. I don't know why they have a hole in the middle of it. I know it's dynamics. I get it, but at the same time, it's so everybody from Texas Tech has a girlfriend after the game. That's why they got a fucking okay? I know it's for aerodynamics from a scientific standpoint, but from my standpoint, everybody's fucking these things afterwards, because if you go to a game and all you see is dudes flipping tortillas around, does that really turn you on? Ladies? No. So all I'm saying is, it was a gimmick. It was bullshit. I thought that their fans were fucking classless, throwing beers on the field, the shit that they were saying that I was hearing from people that were at the game. The interaction with Bucky, who's on tomorrow, Deion Sanders Jr. will be on from well off tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll talk about
the interaction with him and the ball boy, like, what do you expect him? You're knocking the ball out of Shiloh's hands, and then you're getting in Shador's face, and you expect him not to fucking step up? That's his brother, dog. And Bucky's a fucking badass anyway. You can see the pit bull in his face right there. Anybody that doesn't like that, you don't have brothers. If you don't like that, Matt, you don't have a brother that will do it for you. And I'm not talking about an elbow brother. I'm talking about like blood brother.
Baby and I, we got into a debate about that this morning. I was like, look, I don't have a problem with that at all. Those are his two brothers. The ball boy is clearly instigating something. I understand it's his job, but the way he did it, clearly Shiloh.
The way he did it was fucked up. He should have just been like, can I have the ball? And Shiloh would have said, no, I just scored. I'm keeping this one. Right. And he would have said, and this is what the ball boy should do it. Cool.
Exactly.
Don't get involved, dog. You're not on the team. You're the ball boy. Shut the fuck up and hold the balls. Hold the balls. Hold the fucking balls. All right. So I'm Texas Tech, as far as I'm concerned, can get fucked.
Well, there you have it.
I'm tired. I didn't have anything against you at the beginning of the game. I know Coach Prime and McGuire are friends, but the fan base and all the Red Raiders, you can get fucked. We'll see you in Boulder next year and beat that ass again. There's no love lost between me and these people. All that said, I thought the game was dominating. I thought it was good to be down 13-0 and see them just take off. Texas Tech had to do everything right to get up 13-0, and we had to do one fucking thing: just throw the ball to Wester to get to 13-7. The unsportsmanlike conduct penalties and the things that we can control. That shit's got to stop.
Thanks.
The inability to really manage the clock at the end of the game, we got to learn from that shit and not do it anymore. That's we know that we're better than people. We don't need to tell them anymore. They know too. We don't need. That's 2 weeks in a row that we got shit talk penalties that took away a fucking touchdown and a pick, and that pick got taken off the board. And didn't they score on that drive? Yes, they did. So now that's a 14-point swing because of 2 stupid-ass penalties. I'm not saying I agree with them. I think you should be able to talk shit all day. But in the world we live in, okay, now that Trump's president, maybe people can lighten up a little bit. But in the world we live in, if you say anything or do anything, you're going to get jumped on. And the refs jumped on them, and they're looking for it. The refs are looking to throw flags on CU, bro.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Big 12 refs. These refs,
Big 12 refs,
Utah game.
Refs in general, let me just reiterate this. If you're a ref, you're a piece of shit. All right. And if you want to be a ref, you're a piece of shit. And I don't care if you don't like it. Fuck you. Even Coach Stokes is a ref. Fuck you, Coach Stokes. All right. All refs, you're terrible people. I mean, why would you want that job? I feel like that's the job they should give people that you shouldn't. It's like jury duty. You should not want to do this.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
You're not protecting and serving. You're just fucking with everyone.
and the Big 12 refs over this weekend.
Oh my God,
heyday. We're gonna talk about that. But Big Matt, let's get into it. Let's really break this down here. Your biggest takeaways from Colorado versus Texas Tech. Obviously, Colorado started off slow. That was rowdy in Lubbock, tortillas flying everywhere. But they went in the half down 3, and then they figured out in the second half. Offense really turned up. Defense got a defensive touchdown at the end. But let's just get your biggest takeaways from this game.
Resilience is my biggest takeaway offensively. Not playing well, not panicking, and going to work and fixing the problem. When you're down 13-0, game plan goes out the door, dog.
Yeah.
It's at that point, let's do what we do well and fucking take advantage of it and score and get back in this game and go win. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, would I like them to run the ball more? Yeah, but we talked about this all week. If you have a distinct advantage like they do throwing the football, it's almost criminal not to take advantage of it in a circumstance like this where the opposing defense is as bad as they are. So,
absolutely.
Look, I thought that they were shaken at the beginning of the game because of whatever reason, and they overcame it. And you saw the communication on the sideline. Shador doesn't get all pissed off when people yell at him. They don't get pissed off at him when he yells at them. True. Everybody, because that's the way football people talk. You bunch of pussies. That's the way the world is in our world. We don't get fucking mad and need a comfort dog every time somebody raises their voice on the field. It's ridiculous. So, Cash Cleveland stepped in and balled.
Yeah. We're going to talk
about Look, the smiling Cash Cleveland dog, that's my guy.
Yeah.
Zelinkus is a Colorado kid, but Cash Cleveland's IMG, and they're recruiting the fuck out of Breck today.
I got that.
I know you saw that. You saw that post. So here's the text I got from Breck today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Cash Cleveland really stepped up for Zelinkus. Zelinkus obviously struggled with snaps the last few weeks, struggled with one on the first drive or second drive.
He did it again.
Yeah.
In this fucking game. Unbelievable. Yeah. How many times are we going to fuck this up?
First drive, second.
He did it again. So I just think that the ceiling for this football team offensively is, I don't know what it is. Because I still don't think they're playing that good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And 41 points, 7 from the defense, but 34 points offensively, and I don't think they're playing that good. What the fuck?
Yeah, their ceiling is they play here. Their ceiling is, you know what I mean?
Here's the ceiling. Protect Shador, and they can win a national title. And I'm saying it right now, and I might be the first one.
Really? You think they have serious contention for national title?
Are the skill players the best group of wide receivers you've seen in college football?
This year, absolutely. I've been saying that the whole year.
Now, might it be a shootout? Maybe. I don't fucking know, man. There's some good teams out there. Oregon, Ohio State, they're good as shit. I don't know if Indiana's real. We're going to find out about them very soon. And even though they're probably getting into the playoff, though, with how good they're doing. Penn State's pretty good. But so are we, dog.
Yeah.
I see you fucking not just good in the Big 12, dog. We're not just trying to go to the playoff and lose a game.
Mm-hmm.
CU's good, period.
Yeah.
No one wants to see this team. You don't want to see them as the 5 seed hosting a playoff game. You don't want to see them as the 4 seed in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas.
Yeah.
What, back-to-back games in Dallas? Sounds good to me. I don't really know if that's the 4 seed, but it might be.
Yeah, well, yeah, they got to buy. It's all starting to really line up here for Colorado. And you mentioned, this isn't in this game. They didn't play as good as they can. Obviously, the first half was a struggle. We did a live watch party.
Offense it was the defense.
Yeah, defense was balling. And we're going to talk about the defense, but offensively, what did you see change from the first half to the second half in this game?
Shador woke up and they made some adjustments and just started putting the ball in their athletes' hands rather than trying to just run game plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also I think that the Texas Tech kind of came out and they were hyped, bro. That was their Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Period. That was their biggest game there in years. Let's be real. Okay. And all you Texas Tech people, take that L. Take that L. Have fun with your fucking tortilla. If you stack 10 of them in a row, does it feel like your blow up doll? Just saying. Do you put that one on top so you can see who signed Daddy's ass? Yeah. Gross. I don't know what they're doing in Texas Tech, but it's disgusting.
Well, their
look,
band wants to take pictures with Shador, so I don't know.
And everybody wants to take pictures with Shador, dog. Give me a fucking break. That tortilla right there is going for millions. So I think that the offense woke up. They did what they do. They got the ball to their athletes. They made plays, and the defense is suffocating. Look, if the defense was last year's defense, we would be in 55 to 50 shootouts. This Colorado defense is fucking mean. They are real. They are so good against the run. The way I saw Livingston bring them up and everybody's fucking jumping and freaking out and shit. Dog, that shit had me wanting to run through a wall.
I wanted to show
that shit had me ready to run through a fucking wall. I mean, that's what you want as a player. You want to play for a coach like that. So this defense is so fucking mean, and they can rush the passer, and in a throwing league, which college football is, protecting the passer is hard, even at Alabama, even at Oregon, even if you can rush the passer, you can get after people. So we just rotate guys in that can all rush the fucking passer. Now, the rotation inside between McNeil and Cooks and fucking Barnes and the brick shithouse. And I mean, good God, bro, they just got dudes everywhere. Yeah. So if I seem like I'm excited about this, it's pretty much the only thing I'm happy about in my entire life right now. Everything else I want to punch in the face. So, yeah, man, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, Colorado's defensive line specifically, I mean, their defense was balling against Texas Tech. I mean, the offense kind of put them in a tough position early in that game, but you saw them respond, hold Texas Tech to field goals, and allow Colorado to get back in that game. I mean, I think Robert Livingston's really developing a culture here. As you mentioned, this hype video, just take a look here.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean, Colorado's defensive line.
Yeah, that's what the fight song is supposed to look like, by the way. I'm not kidding at all. That's like a huge part of it is that. So I'm with this. Look, the defense. Look at that.
Yeah,
and they missed a ton of plays. Like I would say that in their meeting, they're like, we did all this well, and look at everything we fucked up and missed. Yeah. But you know what they're doing? They're fucking up and missing at 1,000 miles an hour.
True. Yes.
And when you play as hard as they're playing with as much attitude as they have, you can fucking miss a couple of things and you're still dominating. Mm-hmm. I mean, just dominating, dog. They rotate new dudes in that just, hey, I've never heard of this guy. This week he's got 9 tackles and 3 sacks. Yeah. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. No one can block our edges. Arden Walker from Cherry Creek High School, Art Walker's son. Every time I walk by Art in Folsom, I'm just like, Art, your son might be better than you. And he just looks at me and I'm like, maybe. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
And Art, like, if you know Art Walker, that's a bad man right there. That's one of the Houston connections. So,
yeah.
It's good to see, man. This is what we want in Boulder. This is what we're built on foundationally is playing hard on defense and busting your ass and doing your fucking job and playing for the guy next to you shoulder to shoulder. So it's good to see, dog. I don't know if I could be more impressed with what I see from CU at this point. It makes me wonder how the fuck we lost to Nebraska. I want those bitches again. Now, that ain't going to happen, but, man, in a perfect world, I'd love to take them out back or just whip that ass because I'm telling you, this team is good enough to be undefeated, in my opinion, and the 2 games they dropped is because they didn't play well. And it just makes me so confident that if they just handle their fucking business, they're going to win out. They're going to win the Big 12. BYU can't hold this team. Save it. Save it, dog. Save it. BYU can't fucking hold this team. BYU could barely hold Utah.
Sean King compared them to like Miami, how they always lost close games and how they're getting lucky. And the Miami finally lost.
They're getting fucking lucky, dog. Yeah. They got lucky at Oklahoma State. They got lucky at Baylor. They got lucky at fucking the Utah BYU game was the most egregious officiating I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
They straight took it. They missed a safety, didn't call the fucking safety on a safety, and then on 4th and God knows however long, I know you may think it's a hold, but come on, you can't make that call. He's not even throwing the ball in his direction. He's fucking, and there's a safety over the top. They're not completing that throw.
I know.
I mean, that's a hey, we're in Utah and the fucking refs have gray underwear on, and you know what that means. So obviously they're going to go for the Mormon University.
Right.
And the Mormons got the call from a Mormon ref. Fucking refs, dude. You sons of bitches. You fucking refs, dude. I am so tired of this shit.
I hear you. And we're going to talk about the refs at length because the refs in this game, ridiculous as well. I think
we just talked about the refs at length. They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we're going to talk later. But, hey, what last thing I'll say in terms of our takeaways from this game reminded me eerily in the beginning of Colorado versus Nebraska, where you're in the road in a hostile environment, all type of shit's going on. You get kind of punched in the mouth early. And I think in Nebraska, you saw Colorado kind of fold. And in this game, you saw Colorado respond. That's kind of my biggest takeaway from this game. And especially defensively, man, impressive performance. Matt, your final takeaways from this game?
Good win. Make it count by beating Utah's ass. Because each win compounds the pressure to the next one. And this is right where we want to be. This is the sweet spot, baby. So, telling you, I don't know how long ago I said this was going to happen, but I sure am glad people are fucking listening. Mm-hmm. Because to think they're not, I want you to play the Dallas Cowboys thing right now because I want people to understand just how much they're listening. I don't even want to talk about this. I think it's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. Deion's not leaving for the Cowboys. They're not going to be able to get Shedeur, and they've already paid Dak Prescott out the ass. It ain't happening. But when did I say what you're about to say? Because it's all over the fucking TV today. Stephen A's talking about it. Fucking Rex Ryan. Everyone's talking about this. What was the date that this vertical came out that you're about to play?
Okay, so this is a vertical from April 19th, 2024, where Big Matt's talking about Coach Prime and Shedeur going to the Cowboys. Today on ESPN and other platforms, you heard Stephen A. Smith bring up that same thing and why he explains why he thought Deion Sanders should go to the Cowboys and get Shedeur. Take a listen to Matt's talking about this April 19th, 2024.
I would say that Shedeur gets drafted by the Cowboys and Deion goes to coach the Cowboys and he's gone next year. That's just me. I think Dak's gone. They find a way to draft Shedeur. They fire McCartney. They bring in Coach Prime. Jerry Jones goes nuts. The Cowboys go through the fucking roof culturally and cool-wise. They become the new America's team and shit, yada, yada. The same way the Colorado Buffaloes have been like, they've just been vaulted. Dallas gets vaulted. I'm just saying, I don't know that there's nothing. I don't know this from Coach Prime. He'll probably get mad at me for saying it, but this is just what's going on in my head. Get rid of Dak, draft Shedeur, hire Coach Prime. The Cowboys go.
Matt.
And then what did Stephen A. and Rex say today?
Stephen A. Smith kind of broke down why he thought.
Well, don't you have it? Play it.
Well, I don't want to we're going to get flagged if we show that. But
you get flagged if we
yeah, it's ESPN.
All right, what did the bitches say then?
Well, he basically was like, I think the Cowboys should draft a Shedeur and get Deion Sanders as their head coach. Basically verbatim what you said.
In April.
Yes. I was like, yeah.
Let me reiterate, I don't think this is going to happen. He's not leaving. So everyone in the comments, calm the fuck down. Did you not just listen to what we said? Everyone's talking about it today. I brought it up in April.
Thanks for
what we said at the beginning of the year when Mark Jones was calling us out about Shedeur being able to do anything when he doesn't have to do everything. People are listening, and we appreciate you. Without y'all, there is none of this. So we just hit 12,000 subscribers. Our viewership's through the fucking roof. Like, we got great guests coming up. Like, I think this is the best Buff show out there, and I don't even think it's close. And that includes DNVR Buffs. I love those guys, but we're straight competition right now, son. And you know me.
Amen.
So like Ryan and Jake coming after that ass. Just saying.
Competition.
Just saying. Competition time. So like I'm not saying that I know what's going to happen, but pretty much everything that I've said has come to fruition. We're not even done with year 2, and we're already talking about conference championships in the playoff. You've been on JB's show for how long? Since day 1, right?
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah. So like, and this, how long have you been hearing me talk about this shit?
A year and a half.
So yeah. So look, in this business, I hate that I have to show my own receipts. But in this business, if you don't advocate for yourself, no one will.
Yeah.
So I got to put my own receipts out there because it's not like anybody's going to go out and do it for us. You know, that's the beauty of YouTube shows is they're all homegrown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of them. So if you hustle and you do a good job, the people will tell you if they like it or not.
Yeah.
Period. If you have no views and no one gives a fuck, that it's not because the algorithm doesn't like you. It's because you suck. Yeah. Period. So look, let's get into the rest of the show here. But I'm on cloud nine when it comes to CU, obviously. But I am worried about Utah. I'm worried about Kansas. They just dismantled Iowa State. Maybe they just sucked at the beginning of the year and they're pretty good. I'm worried about Oklahoma State. And you want to know why I'm worried? Because now football means something in November in Boulder. And if you don't walk around on eggshells, like with your fucking asshole tight, like, oh my God, we're so close. We can't fuck this up. We got to go to work.
Right.
And then you're talented on top of it. The fucking sky's the limit, bro. So it's time to mop 3 teams that were better than. It's time to go shock the fucking world and beat undefeated BYU if they even get out of it undefeated. And then it's time to go to the playoff and not be happy we're there. Go to the playoff, and if we're the 5th seed and someone walks into Folsom Prison, lock the fucking gates on their ass. That'll be the biggest game in the fucking history of Colorado football, be that playoff game at home against whoever the fuck the 12th seed is. Maybe Boise, maybe that's the fucking game for the goddamn Heisman right there. Gentry, I'll take all run defense against Boise State's run offense all day. This ain't we're not in the motherfucking Mountain West, dog. All right, and I'll stand on that shit. Have fun covering our people. And Shea Oladipo, the great safety from Boise State's one of my guys. I love him to death, but have fun with our receivers, homie. So, and then after that, you start winning in the playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, protect Shedeur Sanders the way that they are. Jordan Seaton, the best signing maybe in the history of Colorado football, and that includes Shedeur and Travis.
Right.
Because without Jordan Seaton and the way he's playing, this team doesn't operate. In my opinion, he's the offensive MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen to that.
Period. So I think the sky's the limit for this football team moving forward. Yeah,
no doubt. And Big Matt, you mentioned national championship, man. Imagine Colorado getting get back on Oregon. Oh, crazy. We could talk about that. We're going to talk about that in the future. But I just thought I'd say that, just get it on record. Who knows? But hey,
I don't think any of these undefeated teams are going to win the Natty. I don't think an undefeated team wins the national title this year because I don't think there are going to be any.
Yeah, I think
first of all, you don't have to go undefeated to get in anymore, and also that I think there's a lot of good college football teams where Coach JB would probably say they all suck. I think that there's actually a lot of good teams, and there's a lot of parity, and the transfer portal is kind of even shit out. And honestly, opportunity to play now is more important than going somewhere that's historically cool. You don't have anything to do with that history. It's just your foundation. Mm-hmm. So like I really think that even if Oregon they could be there, but they might take a loss. I don't think they can beat Ohio State on a neutral site in the Big Ten title game. I just don't. So we'll see what happens with all these teams, but I don't think anybody's getting out of this unscathed. You're not going to have like what would it be, a 17-0 national champion or whatever it is. I really doubt that shit.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, especially in this new college football landscape with the portal really shaking up things here. Well, yeah, we just got a super chat about this. Frederick Carter, we appreciate you. But Big Matt, I want to get your thoughts.
Cleveland is a stud, bro. And I think he's going to start.
Let's break this down. So Cash Cleveland, after Hank Zelinkas has had problems snapping the ball the last few weeks, and on the first drive, Zelinkas kind of missed a snap, causing Shore to drop the ball. And then Coach Prime put in true freshman Cash Cleveland. And he really stepped up and played really, really well in this game. Big Matt, what are your thoughts on his performance?
I thought he did awesome. Smiling Cash Cleveland, bro. He's out there fucking smashing people, smiling Cash. So, and he's happy to do it, and he's hustling. And it's everything you want out of a center, bro. He's the starter moving forward. Zelinkas did a good job, but he fucked it up. And this is the beauty of good football teams. If you fuck up consistently, they replace you with another really good player, and you probably don't get your job back.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to hate on Zelinkas. He did that to himself. That's 3 weeks in a row on, and honestly, I'm surprised it didn't cost us more. We only lost one of them, I think. So those are the kind of, and a couple of them have been in the red zone and shit. Just can't have it. Yeah. So this is Zelinkas needs to accept responsibility and be ready if something bad happens because Cash is a freshman.
Yeah.
And he's got to be ready to go play. He can't go sulk and feel bad about himself and shit. Shit happens. Go fuck. What are you going to do when you're back against the wall? Now Zelinkas has to respond and be a fucking pro. Cash responded, and he's a pro and was a pro about it when he walked in and played really well. And now he's going to earn his first start against Utah, and they are really good up front, and he's going to be tested. So congratulations. You get Utah's defensive line in your first start. Let's see what you got, big boy. And look, I brought this up weeks ago, but Cash, Brett Coolidge, and fucking Jordan Seaton sure would look good next to each other. And they just happened to put out a tweet today with tagging Breck. And I texted Breck this morning, and he said, man, the recruiting for me has gone through the roof. It went from like we talk every now and then a couple of weeks ago to we talk every day, and they are on my ass, and they want me bad. So he's going to be out for the Oklahoma State game because, of course, he's from here. And I don't know if we're going to make the Utah game this week, but we'll definitely be at the Oklahoma State contest. You get Brett Coolidge, and they put three IMG guys next to each other, and the middle of that is Dungeon Family. Motherfucker, watch out for your ass. We won't have any more problems at guard, I'll tell you that. Tyler Brown's done a great job, but we've been rotating the other guard, and Tyler's gone next year. So you need a replacement. And that's true freshman Brett Coolidge. That's who it is. So make this fucking happen. NIL money. Pay this man his money.
Yeah, I thought it was hilarious because Matt and I we've been preaching this. Matt, you've been preaching this for I don't know how long, and then I see Cash tweet this today. I was like, damn, they're really trying to recruit him.
It's almost like we know what we're talking about.
Almost.
I'm just saying, dog. I listen to so many motherfucking people talk about CU and talk about sports, and I'm like, are they watching the show? Because we just said that shit. Like we've been talking about this already, and now everybody, at least Mark Jones has the balls and the spine to fucking give a shout out because there's other people that just straight steal shit.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to Mark Jones. But yeah, Big Matt, talk about just him being a true freshman. He's a walk-on. So he walked on and worked his way up, and now he's got the starting job for the near future and for the future. Just talk about that, him being a true freshman walk-on.
Well, the fact that he's a walk-on, what a steal. No, I mean, nobody wanted to offer this kid. You didn't see, and even CU. Like, I always love it when they like praise undrafted players. I was undrafted. And they're like, well, aren't you glad that the Jets gave you a chance? And I'm like, nah, man, they should have drafted me in the 4th round. I'm better than the draft picks. Like, they passed up on me too. Don't get it twisted. So being a walk-on is pretty much like being an undrafted guy. And he balled the fuck out. Look, when you get a PWO, like Jordan Ochoa going to Nebraska over his full ride at Wyoming, it's because you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And the coaches are going to give you an opportunity to earn it. You think Catch Cleveland's not going to be on fucking scholarship? That motherfucker's on scholarship right now. This reminds me of Joel Klatt. In 2003, in the Lightning game against CSU, Joel Klatt was the National Player of the Week. Threw 4 touchdowns, like 400 yards. We won the game. After the game, the reporter walks up. I'm standing right there with the trophy. They walk up to Joel and go, Joel, how does it feel being a walk-on and you know, essentially being a free agent? Because as a walk-on, he can just unenroll and go somewhere else. He doesn't know. No one owes him shit. He can do whatever he wants. And Barnett's like, oh no, he's on scholarship. Next day, he's on scholarship.
Yeah.
So Cash Cleveland just earned himself some money the other day with how he played. So I'm proud of the guy. And Cash, pick up the phone, and you and Jordan make sure Breck plays guard at CU for the next 4 years next to you. Doesn't that sound cool? I think it does, considering you already posted it. So pick up the phone and call your boy and tell him to stop fucking around with all the SEC schools. Come home, dog. Come on. Mama Bear's right down the street, Breck. All that home cooking. Everybody loves you here. You got the gym right down the street. I just don't see how this could be a bad thing. CU's killing people now. You walk in, you play for Coach Lodeholt for 3 years. We fucking print checks, go to the NFL. I think that's a pretty good fucking plan there. Breck, what do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And, one thing I mentioned, and I mentioned this to JB, Colorado, to be able to say, hey, he's not playing well, when they have the depth to just say, put next man up, you're not doing your job, the next man up. I mentioned that to JB this morning, and he kind of, I don't know if he really took it as anything. One thing I do want to show is Coach Prime's comments on Cash Cleveland, his performance in this game and him stepping up. Take a listen here.
Shows is that we don't care about if you're a 5-star, 4-star, or walk-on, which he was. And he's out there playing a valuable time, not garbage time. He's out there playing and putting in some real production for us. So I'm proud of Cash. She's one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, and there you have it. Well said, and that's very true. I mean, Cash really stepped up. Matt, your thoughts?
Well, it's like what we just said about Cash. I've already said everything I have to say about the kid. He's phenomenal. He's going to start. Coach Prime validated it. On to the next one, big boy. That's the beauty of this game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Big Matt, great first half to this show. We're going to go ahead and pay the bills real quick, take a quick 2-minute commercial break. But when we come back, we got a lot to talk about, Big Matt. We're going to talk about Julian Lewis and Card Smith being projected in crystal ball to go to Colorado and to flip their commitments. That's huge news. Blowing up all over Twitter. Shocking. I know. We've talked about that previously, but we're going to talk the Big 12 refs, especially after the Texas Tech game, them throwing bottles and stuff, and Coach Prime calling them out and their response to that, and also the Utah BYU game, that late defensive holding call 35 yards down the field from the ref that's 40 yards away. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to talk about the Broncos losing late to the Chiefs on a blocked field goal that would have won the game. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, and I know Big Matt's happy about that. We're going to talk about that and much more. We're going to pay the bills real quick. We'll be back. Peace.
Whether it's offensive linemen as they work combos and double teams and also pass, pro, and punch, I think the unique physicality of this is outstanding. So much so that you can use it for your shield on punt team or as you rush in the shield. There's so many different ways that we're using it. We get better a little bit every single day, and I just wanted to say thank you because I hadn't ever thought of this, and when I saw it, it made total sense, and we're doing a great job with it. So thank you, man. Go Big Red. What this has done for us is it's allowed us to, because of the surface area, because of its firm nature, I can still strike against another player and have to use that punch just like you do on a sled. At the same time, have to time my punch because it could move. I can teach defensive linemen how to handle double teams because they can feel pressure. We can simulate contact in a safe environment in non-contact times because of this unique bag.
Welcome down here to the Lab 60 Football Academy, 60 Strength and Fitness. I am your owner and operator, Matt McChesney. I just wanted to let everybody know that 60 is now on Cameo. You can go on Cameo and request any tips for training, any offensive line, defensive line tips, recruiting tips. I get so many inquiries in my inbox on a daily basis about tips and can you look at my film and can you do this? Can you break down something for me? I'd love to. All right? It's like the Joker said, my man, right here. If you're good at something, never do it for free. So Cameo is now your bridge to 60 Football Academy. Go in, request what you want, tips, suggestions, recruiting, film, and we will make sure that you get the absolute best from the best. So check out 60 on Cameo at 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy. Cameo, 60 Academy.
And we're back, Big Matt. Man, to all 2,000 people in here, hit that like button, subscribe, become a member of the Dungeon family here at 0 to 60 for only $2.99. Man, we just hit 12,000 subscribers, I think, today, actually. So, man, we can't thank you enough. This channel has really grown. We appreciate it, man. This is the best buff show on the internet, and to all those who are supporting, we got a very supportive crew here. Stanley Harris and all those who donate, we greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I just dropped the link. If you want to become a member of the Dungeon family, just click that link. Best $2.99 you ever spent in your life. Big Matt, we got a great second half to the show. We got a lot to talk about here. But
I agree. Where the fuck is Stanley? What the fuck?
I'm sure Stanley here. He's here. I'm sure lurking in the back.
Stanley's out running his bitches right now and collecting that paper is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Put that money in my hand. That's what Stanley's doing right damn now on a corner somewhere. Pimp son of a bitch.
Stanley the man. Absolutely. But Big Matt, let's get right into it. So in recruiting, talking a little Colorado Buffs recruiting. Julian Lewis has been crystal balled to flip his commitment and land at Colorado by Tom Loy of 247 Sports. He makes his expert predictions, they say. Big Matt, what are your thoughts on this? They also crystal balled Card Smith, and also this is the same outlet that put out Jordan Seaton's commitment that says sources tell me that 5-star quarterback Julian Lewis will flip from USC to Colorado. Announcement coming soon. What are your thoughts on Juju potentially flipping his commitment, then him and Card Smith being projected to go to Colorado? Just what are your thoughts on this?
I told you this was going to fucking happen a month ago when I saw him at the game. I told you that this isn't anything new to anybody on the station. So 0 to 60 bucks, this is what we do. It's not breaking news. We already talked about this. Apparently they're subscribers. So what do I think about it? I think it's awesome. I think we should win. I think the party's going to keep going after Shedeur goes number 1 and Travis wins the Heisman and goes like 3rd. And, God knows how many of these other guys get drafted because it's full. Like, remember what Coach Prime said when they had the practice down in Denver and we got like 8 or 9 NFL guys and people scoffed at it.
Yes.
They got like 10 NFL guys, maybe more. Yeah. They got dudes fucking everywhere. So they got multiple receivers that are going to get drafted, multiple DBs, linebackers, pass rushers, shit dog. We might even get an offensive lineman drafted. I don't know. You never know. I mean, they're young. They don't really have that many seniors, but Tyler Brown's pretty good. Rock's a beast. So don't tell me he can't go 5th, 6th, 7th round. So I think Juju and Smith are going to flip, and I've already said they were going to flip, and I'm glad people are listening.
Yeah, and one thing I will say to those who are saying Coach Prime's going to leave, how the hell do you expect any of these commits that are coming to Colorado? I mean, there's no way, like, he's not leaving. And one thing I will say on the Julian Lewis thing, a teammate of his actually decommitted from Alabama, and I would guess is on.
Well, see, this is the thing. They got another big defensive end from IMG that's committed to Oklahoma State coming in this week too. Yeah, like good players spark other good players. Jordan Seaton or Travis Hunter and Shedeur bring in Jordan Seaton. Jordan Seaton brings in these freaks. These freaks bring in the next batch. The next batch bring in the next batch. Yep. Cash Cleveland and Seaton bring in Breck. Like Zane and Deacon keep the Colorado pipeline going because Deacon Schmidt, if you don't see what's going on in Boulder right now, big man, and you're not ready to commit, you're crazy. I don't give a fuck what's happening in Tuscaloosa or USC or wherever else. The mecca of college football is in Boulder, right down the street, Biggie. This is where you want to be, bro. They don't really, like, I love when people are like, well, Coach Sanders doesn't go to all the high schools. He doesn't need to go to all the high schools. No offense, all the guys in Colorado. You've got to be super special in Colorado to get an opportunity at CU now. And that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not just we're going to take the big frat boy with a good GPA anymore and settle for the 8th best player in the state. And we're not talking about stats and shit either. There's this huge misconception out in the world right now that, like, your stats mean you're the best. Now, all that said, do I think Austin Majewski should be playing quarterback at CU in the future? Yeah. The quarterback I work with every day at Mount Vista where I coach, like, he's a fucking animal. I don't think they should let him leave, but I don't do quarterbacks up at CU. That's not my job. So that's their job. All I can do is say that he should be there. Mm-hmm. So look, this is pretty awesome, dude. I mean, to get another 5-star and to just be raking in 4- and 5-star recruits and having them want to come see you rather than you having to go convince them. Plus, you get to pay them. Mm-hmm. It's like stealing candy from a baby, dude. So congratulations, Coach Prime and everybody up there. You have reached this point. You've already been there. We know that, but now you've reached another point where now you're stealing top-level recruits from SC, and you're stealing top-level recruits from Arizona State, wherever, and the other 3 schools that kid was committed to.
Yeah,
like
Smith, like all these different
now,
schools.
Now the key is keeping all of them, and don't let somebody else steal them from you if something bad happens.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like CU's never going to lose a game again. You got to be ready when adversity hits to make sure your foundation is strong. And Coach Prime's foundation is as strong as his family foundation. So that's why the program is on a fucking upward trajectory like I've never seen before, ever.
Yeah. And think about what Lewis is walking into, man. He's got an offense line, Jordan Seaton, I would guess Cash Cleveland. They can land Brett Coolidge and all. I mean,
and
he's
think about all the transfers that'll want to come to CU now too.
Yes, exactly.
Now Lodeholt has shown that he knows how to coach the offensive line, and they've got nothing but better and better. And now you're bringing in a 5-star. You're just going to walk in and say, you're the starter. We'll deal with the freshman bumps as they come.
Right.
But, hey, we just went out and got you 4 more 4 or 5-star transfer portal NFL offensive linemen. The offensive line is still probably the worst unit from a NFL talent perspective that we've got, and that includes Jordan. The defensive line has multiple NFL players on it. The linebacking core has multiple NFL players in that room. The DBs and wide receivers have multiple NFL players in the room. Shador's the number 1 pick. Travis is going to win the Heisman. The offensive line, the running backs are deep as fuck. The offensive line is still that area where you're like, if something bad's going to happen, it's because we won't be able to block these guys, not from a scheme perspective, from a man-on-man perspective, things like that. So just imagine when you get 5 Jordan Seatons instead of 1 Jordan Seaton. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
I shit on the O-line. I'm saying when you get 5 guys that are like Jordan Seaton, holy God in heaven.
Yeah, it's going to, the future is bright in Boulder. It's, I laugh because I'm like, holy shit. They're landing this kid, Carr Smith. This is about to be something real special here. It already is something special. But in the recruiting front, the future is bright in Boulder. Man. But Big Matt, let's move forward here. Let's move forward and let's talk.
Stop calling me Big Matt. I know I'm big, and everyone else knows I am. I don't need to be reminded about it every fucking 2 seconds. Just call me Matt.
Okay, Matt, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
I'll try my best. Man, I'm big too. I'm not. I feel it. I'm not trying to hate on like that or nothing. That's not what I meant at all.
I know, dog.
But yeah, let's move forward. Let's talk about something that'll probably make you a little pissed off. Referees. Let's talk referees.
They're my favorite.
I know, your favorite. But let's talk referees specifically in Colorado versus Texas Tech, and then we'll talk about the Utah BYU situation as well. But Colorado, Texas Tech, we did a live watch party. Obviously, we saw the tortillas being thrown throughout the game. It started off, obviously, everywhere. Nothing was really done about it. And, it is what it is. It started becoming an issue when bottles and other things were being thrown. A bottle, almost hit Coach Sapp. I'm going to show this clip. Coach Prime talking to the referees, asking about the bottles, and the refs had an interesting response. Take a look here.
That's football. That's football. Hey, get the heck out of here. Play smart. We're ready to play smart. Let's play smart.
Yeah. It says Coach Prime told one of the refs that the fans are throwing half-full bottles of beer and cans on the field. The refs responded, in according fashion, well, your players are blowing kisses after they score. Matt, what the hell are your thoughts on this? I think this is ridiculous, obviously. Go ahead.
I think that getting hit with a full beer would probably hurt. And blowing kisses doesn't hurt. Blowing a kiss as a fan, it's not going up there and hitting you like a full beer. Okay. Yeah. So again, this is just some dirty Texas Tech, West Texas bullshit, bro. That's all this is. This is every redneck in West Texas was at the game, and they're throwing beers and tortillas and God knows what else they're doing in fucking West Texas. It's not surprising. It's not surprising the refs I don't think that like the refs are on our side by any means. I'm not saying they're on anyone's side. They're on their own side. Mm-hmm. So again, when you become a ref, you lose all rational thought and the ability to see and hear. And you're just out there like a fucking mute, like one of those fish in a cave that just are blind and deaf and just kind of, they're in their own head all day, just swimming around. They don't know where the fuck they are. That's a ref. So I think that Lubbock isn't in West Texas.
I don't think so.
Lubbock is right. What the fuck are you talking about? Lubbock's not in West Texas.
Let me see a map.
It's not in fucking East Texas.
I mean, it's like smack in the middle, damn near. No, it's like, yeah, I guess it's west. Well, how's that out in West Texas? I don't understand.
It is in West Texas.
No idea.
It is fine. I'm sorry, it's not UTEP. It's not UTEP.
Yeah,
bad dog. Jesus Christ. We got a goddamn topography major over here. You need to read me a map too, dog. Jesus, Lord in heaven, where's the treasure buried? Yeah, refs suck. Next.
Yeah, and I mean, Big 12 referees, bad. Colorado, BYU versus Utah, 4th and 10 for BYU in their own territory, deep in their own territory. We talked about it earlier, but they get a sack on BYU. Looks like the game's over. Late holding call. It's a defensive holding coming in from like a ref that's 35 yards back. The play, I mean, you can call holding, but I don't think the quarterback was ever going to be able to get the ball there. Utah had already gotten to him pretty damn quick. But yeah, your thoughts on that?
I thought it was egregious.
Yeah.
Like this is the kind of shit where people think you're stacking the fucking deck.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Utah had a couple more plays to fucking overcome it, but they just beat the shit out of them for 4 plays. They also missed the safety. The fucking quarterback got tackled with the ball in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't understand what's.
Well, I mean, I think that the refs were Mormons and they all went to BYU and they're all wearing gray underwear and they wanted their team to win and they did. And I'm not the only one that thinks that shit. The athletic director from Utah is super pissed off and he's regretting going to the Big 12 and shit. Like, people are angry. There's no recourse for these fucking refs, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Like at the beginning of games, we should introduce the refs and this group throws more holding penalties than any other group. Let's see if they do that today. This group throws more pass interference than any other group. This group throws more fucking phantom quarterback roughing penalties. And look, the roughing the quarterback against the Buffs was not roughing the quarterback, and the roughing the quarterback against Texas Tech was not roughing the quarterback. Either of them. We're not roughing the fucking quarterback. So it's like they throw flags to make up for the last bullshit flag they threw.
Right.
So once you see one bullshit flag, you know that there's another. You know there's one coming right behind it because they got to fucking make up for it. So right. It's not just Big 12 refs, man. It's refs. They are fucking terrible all over the map, from high school to the refs we have to deal with at the high school stadiums that have egos and fucking are out there throwing fucking like sympathy flags because we're beating the shit out of a team, to the fucking refs in college, to the refs in the NFL, to soccer refs, NBA refs, NHL refs, tennis refs, any of you. Mm-hmm. All you fucking bitches have got the same problem. You couldn't fucking play, so you had to go ref.
Yeah, that's true. And Matt, I bet you share the same feelings as San Jose State's head coach. This is after a win. Like, I mean, I didn't watch this game, but that's after a San Jose State win versus Oregon State.
Shame! 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 For real, dude. Fuck these guys, dog. Not only do they fuck up my parlays constantly, but they just stop. Back the fuck off. Unless it's an and this is the thing. I always say this. Unless it's egregious, don't throw it. And then they don't throw the egregious ones. They don't throw the fucking face masking penalties. They don't throw obvious personal fouls. They don't throw obvious fucking, like pass interference calls and holding penalties. They throw the ambiguous ones where everyone's like, that's not a fucking penalty.
Yeah.
And then they don't throw on the ones that are really penalties. So you want me to take you seriously? Fuck you, refs. Coach Stokes is a ref, and I liked everything about Coach Stokes, but now I got something to hate. I'm talking shit too.
Yeah, and last thing I'll say in this thing, Utah AD Mark Harlan went off on the Big 12 refs, and post game he went off on them, and you saw Utah's coach say something to him. But here's the Utah AD Harlan's comments on the Big 12 refs.
Years, this game was absolutely stolen from us. We were excited about being in the Big 12, but tonight I am not. We won this game. Someone else stole it from us.
Thanks.
Very disappointed. I will talk to the commissioner. This was not fair to our team. I'm disgusted by the professionalism of the officiating crew tonight. Thank you.
Yeah,
he's not wrong, bro. And somebody has to call him out. I don't care if you think he's soft for complaining. This is something that is now contagious at every level. And it's been like this forever, but there's never been this much bitching openly about it.
Yeah.
Now you're setting precedents with fucking people throwing shit on the field, and you change a call at Texas, and then you get mad at everyone around the country starting to throw shit on the field because they want the fucking call changed.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I'm telling you, these fucking refs, there needs to be like an overhaul top to bottom on how you ref games. There's too much technology for these fucking idiots to be out there doing things like the way they do things. Like, big time penalties should be fucking. Last night in the game I'm watching, there's 3 or 4 instances where the CJ Stroud gets sacked, and they throw the challenge flag, and they're like, no, it's okay. The fucking replay assistants just buzzed us down and said it was a sack. We're good. Pick up the flag, go. It took 10 seconds. So why do they still need to run over to the box and fucking stop the game for 5 minutes? Have the people up in the top go, yeah, that's holding. Look how he torqued him. Or no, that's not holding. It's not holding. Damn, move on. That's pass interference. No, it's not. He didn't turn him. Okay, move on. Like, the refs should not be in charge of the refs should throw a flag, and then it should go upstairs right when the flag's thrown. You throw a flag, you have to go to your mic and go, hey, that's a holding on 77. They go straight to the fucking film, which takes no time to get to them. And then they watch 77. 5 seconds later, like, that's not a fucking hold. Click, that's not a hold. Pick up the flag. There's no flag for holding. Pick up the flag and move on. Fixed.
I agree.
But all these refs on the fucking referee committee and the referee union, they want their say. They got to make sure that the mafia gets their fucking money. Motherfucker, you don't think that's real? It's crazy. They need to make sure that the mafia gets their motherfucking money.
Yeah.
That's why all this shit keeps happening. The gambling's legal now. You know how much fucking money the mob lost when gambling went legal?
Yeah. Yeah. And Matt, you have a point with the NFL and the taking 7 seconds to figure out certain calls, and then certain calls it's like 5 minutes. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
And we're watching it, and I'm like, do these guys not have the same film we have? Because I told you that was his knees down. Both of his feet are in. Everybody can see the same fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, rough week for referees, as always. Nothing else to be said there. Big Matt, let's move forward here.
Every week is a rough week for these idiots.
Exactly. Same old shit with the referees. Let's move forward here. Let's talk a little NFL before we get out of here on this fine Monday. It's all 2,100 people in here, all platforms. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member of the Dungeon family here at 0 to 60.
Hey, hold on real quick. Neither one of us couldn't do that job, could or couldn't.
Oh, AD, you fucked up whatever you was trying to say.
Yeah, whatever your talk down to us didn't work very well because you don't know how to spell. And that's cool, man.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly. But Matt, your Broncos.
Man, you guys couldn't do that if you couldn't tried. What?
Yeah, that was like, literally was like, what the fuck? What did he say?
Could not do that job. You're right. We couldn't do that job because I have self-respect. And I'd never throw a flag because there's no penalties.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the other thing. You have, in order to get the job, you have to be more willing to be a fucking an IRS agent and go out there and be like, flag, penalty, throw it. That's the kind of person you have to be. You have to be a born Karen in order to be a referee. I, on the other side, I'm like, well, if there's no blood, there's really no foul because that's the generation I grew up in. And it'd be hard to get a penalty out of me. I'd throw a couple.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was a fucking highway patrol agent, I wouldn't be out trying to catch people speeding.
Yeah.
But if you drove by me at 90 miles an hour, I'd probably pull you over.
Yeah.
So you couldn't even do that job. The fact that you're trying to insult me with that it's almost like you're insulting yourself.
Yeah.
Do you want that job? Because
he's telling us we couldn't do it. It sounds like that sounds perfect for him. But yeah, let's move forward here, Big Matt. Your Denver Broncos took on the Chiefs, and
this
damn
is
near
the
had
most fucking true statement in the history of all statements. Read, motherfucker, dog. There's so many moms I deal with, and they know everything, and they take notes, and they're fucking writing emails. Woo! These fucking Karens out here, there's nothing like them, dog. They're like a different species of human. There's like, if they were a fucking zombie, they'd be like one of those super predator zombies that are like super fast and like smart, but they're zombies. Yeah, dog. Like that's what kind of fucking Highlands Ranch Karen referees we got out here.
Yeah, I've heard all about it from you, Big Matt. That's hilarious but true. But yeah, your Denver Broncos took on the Chiefs and damn near had it, almost had it, and the field goal.
You call me Big Matt again. Every time you call me Big Matt, I'm finding you.
Matt,
fine.
Your Broncos, they almost beat the Chiefs, but they didn't because of a blocked field goal that saves Kansas City once again. What are your thoughts on that, Matt? I told you that was a trap game for the Chiefs. I told you I believe it was a
they won. There's no trap game. Fucking Kansas City lost. Kansas City won.
I told you, but I was like, man, I told you that Denver was going to give them the game. What were your thoughts on that?
What were my thoughts? Well, can you show the clip?
I can hear. Let me find.
Here's my thoughts. Find somebody that can fucking block a fucking field goal block. The goddamn the left tackle got rolled over.
Yeah.
I know they're trying to block the kick, dog. I get it. But can we Mike Westhoff is one of the special teams coaches. Mike Westhoff was my special teams coach in New York. He does not fuck around with this. And for them to just get bowled over like that, it is like, it's unacceptable. I'm sorry, but you're cut. You don't get to play this position anymore. This is the National Football League, not the National Friend League. You don't have this job because I'm your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
So put somebody else in, because 53 or 8, whichever guy that was, because I haven't watched the All-22 yet, that was terrible. It was awful. It was awful. And I know they're running down your face, dog. I don't care. This is your job. Bow up and take it. Don't get rolled backwards and have 7 guys jumping through one gap. I mean, fuck.
Yeah. That was a big – I couldn't believe that, man. The Chiefs get saved again. I mean, here's the angle here. Give me 30 seconds. But I was shocked by that. I was like, damn, I wonder what Matt thinks of this, because I was just sitting here like, good Lord. Like, ugh.
And so it's 54?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that's the rookie. That's bad, dog. Like that's the right tackle doesn't help him none, but neither does the guard. The guard's just kind of bracing down. But he's so high, bro. He gets literally like rolled over. Like you have to step down and get wide and put your head down so you don't break your neck. And like get down low. So if anything they jump over you, you can't.
He should never be. How's he getting under him?
I don't want to hear anybody say like, "Oh, that's so hard." I've done that 1,000 times. Yeah, it sucks. You're getting hit in the face. You get paid a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the job requires today. Like, there's no CTE for offensive and defensive linemen. That's not a thing that happens until we die. It happens with all the skill players, just not with us. So you're going to have to fucking eat this one to the face, dog. And he's to play it again and watch how fucking tall he gets. He steps down like they're not rushing through his gap and just takes it in the chest. He doesn't use his hands. He doesn't punch back. He doesn't get low. His base is super wide. He's not stepping with his left foot to load his right. He's stepping with his right and overextending his whole base. It's bad. And 54 run through there like a fucking man-child. Mike Pennell's up there looking like a fucking 4-time Super Bowl champion about to be. God damn it, the Chiefs are good. And look, I could give a Tiffany fuck if the Broncos win. I'm sorry, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool when they win, I guess, but I don't care who wins in the NFL. The NFL is super mid to me right now, bro. Like, to say it like my kid would say, that shit's mid. And I go, what the fuck does that mean? He goes, not very good. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So like middle, ground, mid, got it.
That's hilarious. That's what JB recently started using that term mid. He says it a lot now. That's it. But yeah, unfortunate late loss.
So, Uncle Kai, I just want you to know that there was a center back in the day at CU named Daniel Sanders, and I nicknamed him Girthy.
Jeez, I love it.
If you remember those fucking Bronsonville commercials, well, you don't because you're fucking 12 years old. But back in the day, they used to have these fucking like bratwurst commercials, and there'd be this huge bratwurst, and the guy would just look at it and go, Girthy. It was awesome. So yeah, I know you don't fucking remember that because you're 11, but if you weren't 10 fucking years old, you'd actually remember something, you fucking 8-year-old.
Yeah, sorry for my age. I'm sorry. Nothing I could do about that. But hey, yeah. Any other thoughts? Big weekend of college football? No. Didn't watch any other college football in the Buffs.
I mean, I watched the other games, bro, and things are, people are losing, things are panning out.
Yeah.
A lot of interested parties, a lot of ins and outs. It's the importance of learning from other people's mistakes. You're watching other teams squander their opportunity or almost squander their opportunity.
Right.
Colorado's opportunity is in front of them with 3 teams that they are going to be heavily favored over. They're 10.5-point favorites against Utah. The last time we've been 10-point favorites at home was Oregon State in 2018, loss. Mm-hmm. And Stanford last year, loss. You want to know what happened in both of those games? Monumental comebacks. Oregon State in 2018, I left at halftime. We were up 35-7. We lost 49-42 or some shit. Look that game up. Last year against Stanford, apparently USA Today said I was there, but I wasn't. I was at home on my cell phone.
Yeah.
We were up 29-0 at halftime and fucking lost. So I think that we really need to this week needs to be a humbling session at practice. We're not as good as we think we are. We need to go to fucking work and fix some of these problems. Imagine how good we could be if we played to our potential, and then we need to go do it. So,
what year was that Colorado Oregon State comeback?
2018.
41-34 in overtime. Colorado was up 24-3 at halftime.
24-3 at halftime, but then they went up more in the third quarter. What were they up in the third?
31-10.
31-10 when I left.
Yeah,
and I got home and they were. I got home and turned on the TV and they were in overtime. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Jake Luton.
And that was one of the games to get bowl eligible. So like they had 5 wins at that point. So if they get bowl eligible, they win that game. Maybe Coach Matt keeps his job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, learn from the past. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. Oregon State put up 24 points in that fourth quarter game. Man, unbelievable. Hilarious. Yeah, I'm sure Matt will love thick Matt.
Baby.
I hate you, Matt. Matt, chat, you guys are hilarious. Matt.
That's fucking pretty funny.
Coach Stokes says, "Hey Matt, my son plays for Gulf South."
Yeah, Coach Stokes' son is a fucking baller quarterback, dog. West Florida. He's been transfer portal. Go get Coach Stokes' son from West Florida immediately.
He plays in West Florida?
Yeah, I think it's West. Is it West Florida, right, Coach? Answer that question.
But man, Big Matt, great show on this fine Monday. Covered a lot of it. Yeah, it was just fine. It was all right. Mediocre. Mediocrities.
I don't want to get too high on ourselves, you know.
Man, but yeah, I hear you. But we got a great week of shows planned ahead for you guys as well. So all 1,800 people, that we appreciate you tuning in. We had a lot of support over the weekend during our Colorado versus Texas Tech watch party. We had a lot of eyes in there just reacting, watching the game with us, and so we had a good time. Appreciate you guys tuning in to that as well. But we're gonna be back tomorrow. Got a big show ahead. Big Matt, any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Yeah, stop calling me Big Matt, you fucking. Just
Matt,
stop.
we've been doing the show
Just
for
make
how long?
a point to stop calling me Big Matt.
You started something because now the chat
I didn't call myself Big Matt, dude.
No, but you saying that now the chat's just gonna call you Big Matt.
I don't care that I don't care what they call me. I'm not listening to them say Big Matt to me. They're just writing Big Matt. I can handle the written word. You saying Big Matt to me over and over again makes me feel like we're in a remake of Oz or some shit.
Okay. Matt,
do you know what a cock meat sandwich is? A cock meat sandwich.
Well,
man, you really need to watch some fucking movies, dog.
Yeah, you're right. But you're right. Matt?
Thank you, Bailey.
Closing thoughts?
Every time you call me Big Matt, I'm going to call you Little Bales.
That's fine.
That's not fine. You don't want
to
be
not little, but I mean, you call me that.
Well, no shit, motherfucker. What? I'm not that big.
Yeah, that's my point. That's why I'm like.
I mean, I guess is 6'5", 315 big?
Well, yeah, you're a large human being, Matt.
Well, can I be called like large Matt?
Large human
March!
Large Matt.
Large March! I don't know. Every time you say Big Matt to me, all I can hear in the background is O'Doyle rules. And I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be those people. Do you know who O'Doyle is? You young fuck 7-year-old.
You're just
I have to send you a list of shit I need you to watch so you can get some of these fucking references, because apparently my fucking co-host is fucking 12 years old.
Man, that's so funny. My college online coach said that same shit to me. That's so funny. But large human being Matt, closing thoughts before we get out of here. We got a great week of shows ahead for.
Yeah, we got Bucky on tomorrow. Dia Sanders Jr. will be joining us at 1. That'll be awesome considering he almost got in a fight. So I can't wait to talk to him about fucking fighting Bucky, and we'll see how many rounds how many people from Texas Tech would it take or how many people from Texas Tech get knocked out by Bucky. Judging by that face right there, fucking pitbull. That Bucky's the kind of guy that fucking put one in the air and then go get in a fist fight. That's my kind of guy. And then later in the week, we'll see what we got. Uncle Neely will be on at some point. He texted me one of these back after I texted him about 12 times. I'm going to get on his show as well. I reached out to Arden Walker. Probably should go through the CU media people with that, but rules are guidelines. Keep that in mind. Right? I asked for fucking forgiveness way more than I asked for permission. I'm not a permission type. I'm definitely a forgiveness type. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So we'll see if Arden can come on at some point, and then yeah, man. I don't know if we're going to the game this Saturday because we play Friday or Saturday. I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's going to be a great week, and you guys all have yourself a good day.
Have you guys yourself a good day. Go Bus. We'll be back tomorrow, Bucky, at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 Mountain. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.